Greeting my fellow lovers of tunes and welcome back for the very first time to a NF reaction video here on the channel where we enjoy the music, of course. Now I have to firstly take the chance to say thank you very much for this special request. Anonymous tip, anonymous donor asking to react to this video. I've been hearing a lot of good things of this group called, or person called NF. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm letting myself in for, and the song is called Hope. Now I've heard the ructions through the internet of how amazing this song was, and I saw a lot of people doing reactions to this, but I had no idea what this is all about or anything like that. But now looking at this song was released 8 months ago, so I'm very late to the party firstly, but secondly, this song has over 36 million views. That is crazy. That is absolutely wow. That's mind-blowing. But in any case, I'm gonna just fair warning, I've never heard of this group before. This is the first time that I'm hearing this song, so please don't judge me if I make silly little mistakes. But yeah, let's get into it. We will listen to it, enjoy it, and then we will discuss it afterwards, as always.
Hope, yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. Hope, hope. 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong, nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says, standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit, cause they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it. very evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in a shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never evolve, I know I can change. We are not enough, we are not the same. You don't have the heart, you don't have the strength, you don't have the will, you don't have the faith. You'll never be loved, you'll never be safe. Might as well give up, not running away. You don't have the guts, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge, I'm taking the reins.
Oh my goodness, I still have chills. That ending was absolutely something else. Where to begin? Like, there's so much going on in the song. I don't even know where to start. So let me just start at a point. Phenomenal. This is something extraordinary. I did not know what to expect going into this, and it blew me out of the park. It blew me out of the water. There's something about songs when it touches upon the subject of mental health and stuff like that. It always gets to me. It always feels so impactful, and you can see that when someone is singing about it, like this person. I'm not sure if his name is Nate. Please don't crucify me in the comments. I do not know who this person is. I would love to know now, but you can see that he's been going through this pain his whole life, and he's been carrying it around, and he is so good at expressing his feelings and emotions in the song. You can see it's powered up by all of those years and years of emotions just flooding through in this song. It's fantastic. It really is so brilliantly done. The symbolism in this is fantastic. The video itself is wow. Like, let me just start there as well. Like, the beginning of the song where he's on the ocean on that wooden raft, like being lost and alone at sea, it's so amazing, so impactful. Then you get into the land, you finally making like land, and you have this negative side of yourself, you know, like the darker side, the devil on your shoulder, the lack of better words, pointing you always in the wrong direction, telling you that you're not enough, that you can't do this, you can't do that, pointing you, forcing you to take the wrong decisions, and then you end up just getting back to the position you were. You're never going forward. You're just always staying in the position you are. Like, that whole symbolic effect of this video is so crazy and intense. And please, I know that this might not be the intended purpose of this video, or maybe not what he was going for, but this is what I got from it. Like, just from looking at it the first time, I might be wrong on that. And then that transition where he just falls flat into the sand through the building, that was such a smooth transition. Like, there's a few places in the video where I did not really connect the strings. I know it would all probably make sense if I watched like a behind the scenes video of it, or like a explanation of his side, what exactly it meant. So the part in the house I was a little bit lost on, but it looked absolutely phenomenal. But the whole effect of the video was so amazing. Then it transitions into that mountain, you know, and this is the part that really was so wow to me. That part where he was like doing that ending, you know, where he was shouting the negative things in his head, you know. You always get these negative thoughts in your head, like you'll never be enough and you're not good enough and this and this. Like, you could see the changes in him. Like, he had almost turned into like a demon effect, you know, with the black lips that looked like the veins going into it. So the negative part was always said by that version of him, and then the response is him being like trying to be positive. That is that is phenomenal. That's some next level lyrics, production, video, everything. I have not I do not have enough words to describe how amazing that was. That was phenomenal. And you know, it's so impactful as well to me, especially because he's singing there about 30 years of life, 30 years of this, 30 years of that. And ironically, this is probably why I had to wait for until now to hear this song. Um, Not too long ago, I turned 30 myself, and there's so many things that he sings to that relates so much in one's life, and the feelings that you go through, the roller coasters of emotions, the negative times, all those things. And there's one part in the song that particularly stood out for me, that said that you almost had to go to this dark place, you had to face the darker version of yourself, all these dark things in your life, to change and grow and become the person that you want to be. Without that, you're not going to be able to change, you know, if that makes any sense. I know to a lot of people that does make sense, and that's why it relates to so many people, and that's why 36 million people continued listening to this and still watches it till today. This is definitely going to be one of those. It's going to be on my playlist. It's fantastic. That was truly an experience. I had no idea what I was letting myself in for. Like, when I first saw the name, I'll be honest, NF Hope, I'm like, what is this all about? You know, like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was letting myself in for. But this is something like almost life changing when you listen to it for the first time. And I know there's a lot of people that can relate to all of the things being said and sung in this song. And that, for one, is very sad, because not a lot of people like open up about these things, and not a lot of people speak about these things, and sad things happen because of this. But it's songs like this that sort of almost validates what you went through in your life, like, or not validates it, it makes you feel like you're not alone, because in that moment in time you feel like you're alone going through this. Nobody understands what you are feeling, or what you are going through. And it's songs like these that really help you get almost a better understanding about what you're feeling and what you're going through. That was phenomenal. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough words to properly give praise to this song as much as it deserves, but that was truly phenomenal. I'm definitely gonna have to go and listen to it a few more times over, properly study the video to really understand the symbolic meaning, or try to understand the symbolism behind everything that he did, because I can see there was a lot of thought that went into this song, a lot of planning and a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling. And it's extraordinary. The production on this is fantastic. That beginning of the song was so eerie, you know, it reminded me so much of the horror movie sounds that they make, like in Insidious and The Conjuring, that sound. Fantastic. And the rhythm, it just flowed. It really just flowed. And for a video that was 5 minutes long, that didn't feel like 5 minutes to me at all. It felt like 1 minute. And what I love about this song, and this will probably be my last note because this video is getting a little bit long, but what I loved about this style of singing, I don't know if that's the right term, is that there's no repetition really in this song. From the whole 5 minutes is something completely different. Each verse following on the other is something new, addressing something different, addressing the issues. There's no repetition. Like a lot of these mainstream songs you get, like they have one verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, and that's it. Like repetition, like that drives me insane. And this is phenomenal. This is something completely different and out there, and I love it. I'm here for it. So I don't know how to go about this, but if anyone knows any other songs, I'm sure that there's a lot of his songs that he's done. This is just the first one that I'm introduced to him, but I love him. I want to know more. I want to know his story. I want to know where he's from, what happened in his life, and listen to his music, because I think he's telling his life story in his music, or that's what it seems like to me at this moment. But let me know down below if there's any other songs that we should listen to, and if you would like for us to react to more of his songs. I really, if it's not well received and people don't like this type of content, I definitely will be listening to this on my own, like at my own time as well. it is something extraordinary. But I think you have to have the right mindset to really appreciate this style and kind of music. And I think it's fantastic. So let me know what you think down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Maybe there's little things in the video, like with the house part, where I lost a little bit track of like the story behind it. Maybe you know what happened there, or maybe what I thought about this video is completely wrong and it's not there. Let me know down below. I would love to know you from you guys and hear your thoughts. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy. Remember to check up on one another, and then I'll see you in the next one. Remember, music is medicine.